On this particular topic, we're going to be talking about properties of multiplication. There are several properties that we need to know about. Anytime you multiply by 1, you get the same number that you started with. That's called the identity property. So I feel like I always talk about I think about how if you don't want to change your identity, you multiply by 1. So that's identity property. There's also one called the associative property. The first thing I look for is that the numbers stay in the same order. So in this one, the numbers are not changing order, but the parentheses are. That's called the associative property. There's also one where if you multiply by 0, you get 0. So anytime you multiply by 0, you get 0. That's just called the 0 property. And then when you change the order of the problem, so the numbers change order, that's commutative. So if they change the order, it's commutative. If they don't change the order, but the parentheses change, that's associative. Those are the two that I think kids get confused with the most. I think 0 property is pretty straightforward. You multiply by 0, you get 0. And then identity, I always just remember keep your identity, multiply by 1. So we'll do some examples where we get to do the drop down menu. So right here, we're just changing the order. So again, that's commutative. You're commuting the numbers to a different place. Here, the numbers are staying the same order. So this one's going to be 6. The parentheses change, so that's associative. We're multiplying by 1, so we're going to keep our identity. So that's the identity property. And then when we multiply by 0, we always get 0, and that's the 0 property. So we'll do one more so you can just kind of see these examples again. Here we're keeping the same order, 3, 6, 8, 3, 6, this will be 8. The parentheses changed from around the 6 and 8 to the 3 and the 6, that's associative. Here we're multiplying something by 7 to get 7, so the identity stayed the same. We have to multiply by 1 to do that. So that's the identity property. Anytime we multiply by 0, we get 0. That's the 0 property. And here we're changing the order from 9 times 5 to 5 times 9, and that's commutative. Okay, that's the end of the lesson. Thank you.